So we're here today to talk about Shudder's new movie, Mother of Flies. This is the second Addams Family movie to be a Shudder original, if I remember correctly.
It's like their fourth
No,
movie,
I
isn't it?
think
But Shudder original.
Oh, Shudder
Is that right?
original.
Hellbender, which you would have heard on this feed. Alex and I talked about
that's
Hellbender.
right. Well, it's the
recently.
second Addams Family movie this week to be on the Messed Up Movies podcast.
That's right. That's right. So we talked about Hellbender. I fucking adore Hellbender. Hellbender to me is a guy with Sam and Heath here. We run an indie film company, right? We're trying to make messed up movies. We're trying to make horror movies. Hellbender is one of those touchstone movies for me. It is a movie that does so much with so little.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant story, brilliant lore, good actors, good effects. They found a way to make every single dollar.
Do you know much about
go
the
the
Addams
furthest.
family themselves? Because I'm kind of curious because it's basically the mother, the father, and the two kids. And
Two daughters.
They shoot the movie, they light the movie, they edit the movie, they do everything, right?
Yeah, and then the MVP of the Addams Family is Toby Posner,
And
the actor who
she's not
played the
even in
mom in
Addams.
Hellbender,
Yeah.
and she plays the witch in
Right.
this one. I also saw in this one she was credited with VFX.
Oh,
She did all kinds of stuff in this one.
a talent.
She is an incredible actress, so fucking good. But I think, again, any of us that make these low budget horror movies, you cannot help but watch Hellbender, Mother of Flies, and just be fucking inspired. Be inspired to just tell a simple story so fucking beautifully. And Mother of Flies was no different. I don't think it achieves quite as much as Hellbender did for me. But I think I'm in the minority. This movie rips, it crushes. It has more to say than Hellbender. And I was shocked at how well they landed the plane.
It's definitely more. So the thing that Hellbender had going for it is Hellbender created this whole mythology, right? This whole other
These
life
apex
form.
demon witch predators.
Yeah, so this one is more. I feel like this movie is more like a story about life and death, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's very much a human story, as opposed to Hellbender being kind of demonic.
See, this is where I disagree because I actually think Hellbender is a lot more relatable to the average person. It's just a mother-father or a mother-daughter, father-son. It's what happens when your kid, your progeny, is growing old and they want to find personhood and the world's a scary place. This one, if there was something about it that I think separates it a little, maybe drops it a hair for me, this feels not as relatable. It does, right? The idea of a kid getting sick, an older relative getting sick, what are we going to do? How can we fix this? Having no options.
Yeah.
Medicine has failed you. Insurance has failed you. You're looking at this kid and the thing they always say that struck me when I lost my brother, right, is it's not as much losing them, but losing the potential of all the days
Well, and it's like
that they could have had,
seems
all
like a
the
waste,
great things
right?
they could have had. Yes,
It's a waste.
all the days that my brother would have come over and played with my kids, all that lost potential.
One thing about
And
all
this
the
movie
other
captures that
stories,
beautifully.
all the other like you love telling stories about your brother, right? How
Love
many
it.
more stories should he have had?
Yeah, and my brother was young, right? Like it's really hard, and this movie pins in on that loss of a young person with potential, and she's very charming and lovable. And so, well, I think the lore of this one is a little thicker in the fact that it makes it feel a little more distant. I think it's really in the same ballpark that Hellbender was so good at playing in. Heath, what were your opening thoughts on Mother of Flies?
I have a lot of thoughts. Before we get into the movie, I am in an IMDb hole because I'm looking up the Addams Family. So, of the people that are like in our crew, they know this filmmaking family because they are like us, low budget, and they're staying low budget. They've been on the scene for a while. I'm just going through IMDb. It looks like 2019, The Deeper You Dig was there. They've done other movies. I remember watching an interview with them, and they were like a van family, and they were just they
lived in a van?
family.
Yes, they were a van family, and they just went out.
Wow,
And-
like modern hobos.
Kind of, yeah. And they just decided, hey, we're going to make a movie. And I think the first one was like a coming of age thing where the dad and the daughter were trying to find like the original family or something like that. I can't remember, but it was more of like a comedy drama.
Right.
And so now they have become horror like staples. And so The Deeper You Dig, I'm going through their filmography. Hellbender was the breakout in 2021.
Yeah, that was the one where everyone's like, holy
When was
fucking
Hellbender
shit.
again? 2019?
2021 was when it was
2021.
credited, but they made it beforehand. I think it was maybe 2020.
Yeah.
And now
That was in that like COVID time where things got wibbly wobbly.
I watched it during COVID.
right. But the cool thing about this crew is that it's only like 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mother, a father, and 2 daughters. And
Yeah, so if you watch Hellbender, it's the daughter,
And then the
the
neighbor.
blonde friend she
Yeah.
meets at the pool, and then the hitchhiker, or like the hiker that she turns into dust, that's the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever see the mom on camera, but that's the family.
Yeah. Yeah. And so there is also Where the Devil Roams, Hellhole, which is a comedy.
That's the
a horror
butthole movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
more,
the butthole movie?
The butthole's like a portal to hell.
which is funny because I thought,
I like these people.
I thought they had actually done more than this. I'm surprised by that. Anyway, I think they're becoming very prolific, very relied upon for output, at least every other year, and doing a very interesting horror movie that might be low budget, but
It's a high standard.
they are so good at leveraging the low budget,
Yeah.
which I think so many low budget people miss because they want it to look like
Yeah.
multi-million-dollar movie,
Yeah.
and you don't have those resources.
Well, and
No,
dude,
anyone who's making a sub $100,000 movie that thinks they're going to make a movie that looks like $1 million, that's an absolute fucking fool's errand. No one is achieving
well,
that.
and a lot of it is location. I feel like they nailed it on the location on this one
Right.
specifically.
And I
Like,
think
it
that's
adds so
that's
much.
my main takeaway is it's like, okay, I can see how they did it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like,
Well, and it's
I would not
confined.
have thought to do it that way. And that's what makes it so impressive. It's like you see the craftsmanship.
Yep.
You see the seams of it. It's more charming for it. It's better for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole
Absolutely.
different layer. Like I found myself getting mad specifically because I watching this movie.
Wait, you were mad?
Yeah, well, I was mad at the beginning of the movie, right? So I had watched Hellbender. I'd liked Hellbender. I'd realized that was a shoestring budget. I knew nothing about this movie going into it other than Griffey said, hey, watch this movie. So I started watching it. I'm like, man, why are they doing it? Why does everything seem so confined? Like, especially the scene where they're in their car talking. It's literally,
Yeah.
it cuts from his face to her face to his face to her face,
Right.
back and forth to tell this whole story. And the dialogue isn't great. And the camera work isn't great. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Why aren't they getting any other angles? And then I realized, oh, they're just handing the camera back and forth.
I honestly,
In
is
the
that an
front seat.
iPhone? Because
There's
you
something.
see that the highlights are way blown out.
It's just, it looked horrible.
It's someone in the back of the car just doing this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But then they cut from that to like the beautiful scene of her saying poetry with like the
Yes.
background. And I'm like, okay, so I'm
I
back
crawl
in now.
with the worms.
Okay.
No, they start with Toby Posner getting all the fucking
Oh,
curbs
yeah.
out, rolling around on the dead body
The
and the blood.
bustiness.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, do you want to see a lady roll around in blood with a
Hell yeah,
skeleton?
we
It's
do.
like, you have my attention.
And that looked really good.
There's a lot of disturbing imagery in this.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it's in the trailer. I think my main takeaway is just kind of how almost sweet it was.
Yeah.
I think Toby Poser, especially in this movie, has this angelic quality to her,
Mm-hmm.
where you just kind of settle in with her. You feel very
Or
just
what,
Well,
relaxed
it's one of
by
those,
her.
you forget that every demon was at one point an angel.
that's what I
Right.
that's
You
know
the-
what I mean?
That's
And-
the point I got from it is she's not so so what this movie showed me was that what we think is evil, like witchcraft, necromancy, might not necessarily be because it's just looked upon that way and it's shunned by society. And
Right.
And that's just witchcraft. Do you guys believe? Can I ask you? Do you guys believe? Do you believe in magic?
No, I desperately want to.
Okay.
But if there are people out there that have magical powers and this is the world they let us continue to live in, then fuck every last one of them.
Well, that's an interesting point.
That's
I was
the same thing I think about God. It's like, let's say that you're right and there's a Christian God, a fucking Muslim God, whatever. And I was like, and this is what we have to live in?
yeah, but what if
Fuck
it was
them.
okay? So you could say that, right? But what if without the witches and the magic, it was way worse? And this is actually this is
good
actually
retort.
it being good. You know, like we're barely hanging on
putting
because
yeah,
of the
they're
magic.
putting a Band-Aid on the crack the iceberg made in the Titanic, and you're like, it's
so-
something. No, again, but what I think this movie's about has so little to do with the magic of it, right?
Yeah. Well, it's
What
about
it is-
belief.
Because it is about belief, right? The girl goes there with cancer and she's like, I'm choosing to believe this. I have X amount of time left. That's a fucking scientific fact.
And everything else has failed.
Yeah.
So what do I have to
science
lose?
Has failed me. I'm going to choose to believe this crazy lady that found me in a dream and we're talking. She brings her dad, which is weird because he's never buying in, but that's her support person, right? And so it's kind of this confluence of how do people see us? What do we allow the world to be? What matters to us in the world? It obviously has the overtones of, the patriarchy and the Christian religion repressing a powerful woman who just wants to live on her own. The whole concept of, spoilers for everything, by the way, this witch who lives in the world alone, right? And these Christians all come to her when their fucking society's collapsed and not helping them. And they need her to pull this stillborn baby out of their daughter to save her, right?
To save the woman.
Yeah. Right. And so she saves the young girl, right? But it comes at a cost, right? This trick that she goes back and gets the baby, who then becomes alive for her. That in its very self is an anti-patriarchy image. It's a woman with all the power, able to have a kid without a man to be involved, without a man's opinion, without a man's seed, right? Very much like how God did it with Mary. Right. But now all of a sudden we take it as a sacrilege and it's against nature. And so I think a lot of it, all that powerful imagery is there, but you just boil it down. What is this about? It's about just wanting to not be alone and miserable at the end when it all goes away.
I got something totally different from that scene. I'm just going to tell you. So
I'm shocked.
So yeah, I did not get the patriarchy part. Like the whole.
You are the patriarchy.
Okay. So a woman has a baby. That's one thing, right? But it's a woman necromancer that raises a fetus that is dead.
Her necromancer, your choice. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying. I kind of like the townspeople were like, "This is fucking weird." Like people don't come back to life.
Here's the weird thing. I didn't see them complaining when she was using a fucking pointy stick as a scalpel.
No shit.
What the fuck? You can't go. Well, you can't go to the witch of the woods and be like, "Hey, man, can you save my daughter?" And then when she does some wild witch shit, you're like, "All right, that's bullshit."
Well, I don't know,
that's
man.
Bullshit.
So, okay, imagine this a different way, right? If a doctor cures your dying infant of cancer, does the doctor get to keep your dying infant now that he's cured?
No. If the doctor cuts a tumor out of me, he can do whatever he wants. He can put his dick in it. I don't care.
I mean, legally, that's true.
Is that legally true?
He's always.
I think legally.
Sam's. Are you going to law school, Sam?
No, I think.
Have you been watching a lot of Murder, She Wrote or Matlock?
I think legally they're allowed to do whatever they want with whatever they move out of you. It's no longer your possession.
It's just frowned upon. It's like a social morbid.
I think my dad was.
Here's what I'm saying.
What
you're talking about is
back.
if they heal my kid, they take my kid. That's not what happens here. This kid is lost to them.
She literally did that. She healed the kid.
No. This kid is lost to them. There's no universe. That kid is dead. For at least 24 hours.
Okay, Griffey. Imagine this, right?
First off, don't use my fucking name like that.
Don't use your Christian name. You're a townsperson in the 1600s. Your son dies.
Yeah.
And a witch brings it back to life.
Okay. Here's what you're missing.
Is it now her son?
First off, your analogy's wrong. I take my daughter to this doctor. My daughter's going to die because her baby is stillborn inside of her.
Right.
I need you to save my daughter. Right? That kid is gone. That kid's already gone.
Yes, that is the setup. They go to her to save the mother's life, not the baby's life.
I know, but trying to save. Here's the thing.
In the witch's mind.
So we take the baby out. You see, the town folk don't care about this baby. She's looking at it like it's a beautiful gift.
They dump it in the bucket.
The fucking grandma drops that shit in a bucket like it doesn't matter.
She even has a line where she's like, even though it's dead, it's still beautiful or whatever. Yeah.
They drop that shit in a bucket. They don't care.
Yeah.
They want to do their ceremony to put all these rocks on it and whatever. They fucking leave. They go back to life. She goes and takes that baby and fucks off back to her house. She's not hurting anyone. The deal she made with the gods of magic and necromancy.
No.
Listen.
I'm with the townspeople.
Listen.
You can't keep other people's babies.
This is the patriarchy's problem. They don't listen.
That's what they're saying. It's not patriarchy.
Listen.
They're against dark magic.
Listen. Hear my power.
Okay.
So, they're already discarded this thing. It's in the trash. I'll never forget, we were at Ball State. We had a European cinema class. It was me and Brian Salisbury of Junk Food Cinema fame. And we watched a movie called The Gleaners and I, right? It's this Agnes Varda movie, right? And it's all about these people in Europe who just live off the grid. And whenever it's trash day, they come to town and they fucking pillage out of people's trash, right? They take extra food, whatever. They live off that. And these people got really pissed, and they're like, we don't want them in our cans. It's bad for house values, whatever.
It's my trash.
Right.
It's not your trash.
And we, as Americans, were like, that's fucking bullshit. Yeah, I don't want people fucking taking care of my trash.
Fucking with my trash.
Blah, blah, blah. They treated this baby as trash. This baby's dead to them no matter what they do. They're never going to have that baby. Her taking it back to her witch house has no effect on them at all.
She should have asked somebody.
They threw it in a bucket.
They literally threw it in a bucket.
I know, but it's a human life. Like, you can't
It's not. It's a human death.
I know.
It's only a life to her because of the gods of necromancy.
Failing to see that, like, if someone brought your stillborn child back to life and tried to raise it, that'd be fucked up. You wouldn't want that.
What I'm saying is, first off, here's 2 points.
You wouldn't want that.
One, I'm never going to have that child. Ever. That's not my child.
Yeah, but you don't want her to have it.
Why? She saved my
dead.
daughter.
I know,
she
but
saved my daughter.
That's the whole point of the movie, though.
She
it's the
saved
natural.
my daughter.
Okay.
It's against the nature.
So she saved her daughter, so she owns her now?
The only natural law that exists in this world, we will never beat death. This witch is able to help us do that. The cost is she gets the baby, the grandson that I will never, ever have in my life. Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing. She's not part of their society. They don't have to watch her playing fucking bubbles and tying her hair. They're going to go back to where witches go. They've ostracized her from society. They only want her for her power.
Well, she just lives in that house.
When she takes that kid back to wherever they are, that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, she's not getting a payout from...
What price would I pay to
Blue
keep
Cross Blue Shield, right?
What
she doesn't
cost
get any
would you
kickback.
pay to keep your child? Giving her a kid that I put in the fucking dirt and already buried is a very tiny price to pay.
Yeah, but you still need to ask, probably. Like, hey, can I have this kid? You're not using it.
I see what you're saying. The Lords of Shadows did mischief.
No, I would be really pissed off, and I'd be like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?"
Okay, so this is the one flaw of the movie. I thought, as soon as they fucking turned on her, that fucking mom should have just turned into a pile of pustules and been exploded.
That was the other thing. I was like, "You're powerful, but you're not powerful enough to protect this baby."
Those Christians that covered themselves in lime and betrayed her, even after she gave them what they wanted, they all should have met a fucking horrifying ending.
Hold on, though. Agreed, but she doesn't have the same power in life as she did in death, correct? Like, she's more powerful after death.
Possibly. Well, they don't really get into that.
It's never established. But
she has powers in life. Like, she's able to save this mom.
Clearly.
Brings the baby back.
I don't know that you could say she's more powerful.
She's not as supernatural as she is
she's not
she might not be able to do the disappearing thing.
Yeah, she's not a zombie.
She's not like...
But, like, we don't know that she can't fly and do all this other shit. It's part of that opening, right? Which is like, you know, death comes for everyone. What you got to do is make friends with it. You got to rub your tits on death. You got to fucking, you know, dry hump death, whatever.
You got to trick death.
Yeah, trick death. And all of a sudden you can become one with it, which I think she clearly did before she was dead.
Mm-hmm. And what a cool theme.
Yeah.
Cool theme.
I mean, what a great way to just center a movie
this
around.
This is what I thought, weapons had a witch, right? I feel like this witch... They just did it better in my mind.
Okay, so here's what I'll say to the witch.
She seemed like she wasn't a bad guy or a good guy. She was completely out of this world.
I thought she was totally sympathetic.
She was following her religion.
Yeah.
I'd say she wasn't hurting anyone else.
Her religion is really fucked up.
The bad guys in the movie are the Christians who betray her for giving her exactly what they bargained for. Right? What I'll say about this, and Hellbender has the same thing. The thing I think the Addams do so good in their script writing, there is obviously a huge, thick, dense lore around this, right? All the things she wrote about, you know, like I dance with the worms and the crawl. There's rituals. There's the egg. There's the burning the flesh. There's the tumor as a crab. There's the snake and the snake transfer. There's all this lore. Yeah. We don't waste a fucking second of exposition on it.
Yeah.
Not once. We just see...
Figure it out yourself.
Yeah, we just see that there's a world that's beyond our reach, right? This world of fucking occult knowledge. That why would we know all the answers? We're not occultists. And they just show it, and it's just imagery, and we are left to fucking grapple.
Well, we're basically learning what she's learning.
That's such a great storytelling lesson because it makes it more intriguing for us. Yes. We lean in more because we don't totally understand it. It's not being spoon-fed to us. Yeah. It's like what Matt Damon said on Rogan or whatever the other day, where he's like,
the plot.
Netflix... Yeah. It's true. Yeah. They want you to restate the plot 5 times.
By the way, that movie, The Rip, was pretty good.
No, that's fine. That's all good. What I love, though, most people who write these movies, and let's say this movie got in the hands of a studio, that'd be the first note.
Yeah.
What's the ritual? What can we track? What step of the ritual are we on? And this is just, again, we're not occult experts. Why would we know everything she knows? We are watching her do things. We are left as an audience to guess in our minds. Is this nefarious? Is this altruistic? Is she doing what they bargained for?
And that makes it
we
so
don't know.
much more
You don't know
interesting.
until the very end either.
Yeah, we have no fucking clue. We're left to bring our prejudices from our modern society into the movie and grapple with them. And again, I think so many low budget movies, especially, the number one thing every low budget movie fears is that someone's going to think you're not a real writer, you're not a real director, you're not a real actor, you're not a real DP. And they try everything they can to make their movie to where there's not anything where anyone can find a fault.
They want it to look Hollywood.
So they over-explain. They edit too much. They cut too much. They act too much. And it is a detriment to storytelling. And all we're doing is just watching this woman as she is. The same way that when I watch Jaws, I don't need to know what the fuck that shark is doing underwater.
Yeah.
I don't.
And I don't need to know Quint's whole backstory. I mean, you get a little bit of it. You get just enough. Just
enough.
the right amount.
Yeah.
And that's a great comp because in the 90s, I feel like those were the movies that turned me into a film lover.
Yes.
Because it made me lean in.
Yep.
Like, wait, what? Did I miss something? Maybe I need to rewind it. I did rewind this movie a couple times. I'm like, wait, what? I think I
did
missed
too,
something.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's great. That it wasn't out of absolute confusion. It was just for clarity.
I just wanted to make sure I understood
Well, there's
what was
like
going
the
on.
moment where it's like, hey, is my dad coming today? It's like, no, he needs a moment himself. We go upstairs, he's glassy-eyed and has maggots in his mouth.
Yeah.
I had to just go back a couple times. I'm like, did I miss a scene? Nope.
He drank the tea.
No, that was after. That was like 3
Yeah,
scenes
that was after.
Oh, it was?
And it's just like,
It was a quick shot.
yeah, he's in a bed of thorns. Weird shit's happening.
Oh, I
to
didn't
him.
even notice
And
that.
it just adds to this mystique. And weirdly, last year, one of my favorite movies, Bring Her Back, same thing.
Yeah.
They don't explain the ritual at all. They give us pieces of a fucking old
Just
VHS
enough.
tape.
Yeah.
And then we kind of see something happening
Well, you
with
see
this
it
kid.
kind of working, yeah.
It's kind of eating the daughter. Like, we don't know exactly what it is. But in our minds, we can piece together what we think the ritual is. And that's what this movie does beautifully. And again, it's really a powerful thing to be able to do in a low budget is not have to explain. A movie I fucking despised and hated, Skinamarink. Same thing. It doesn't waste any time explaining anything to me. It just puts you in the movie it wants to show you. And you just got to kind of vibe with it. And I think more low budget in indie film especially would benefit greatly from that.
It's the strength of being, uninhibited by the rules and the constraints of we have to make sure everybody understands exactly what's going on. And by not having to do that, you're going to turn on a lot of viewers like us that are sick of being spoon-fed all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not like this
We've been Saves the Catted for so long now, and everything has to have a perfect ending, and every character has to have a perfect motivation. That's not how the real world works.
Yeah, let the cat die. Let's let the cat die a couple times.
It's
Damn,
not
I'm
how
glad Sophia left. She would kill you for
It's
that.
not how literature works either. Like, go back to Shakespeare. It's not all being spoon-fed to us, Like, you have to extrapolate out of it, and then you have to go back and, like, okay, I think I got it, but I want a little bit more. And it's not like this is a dense film. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward.
It could be dense, though. If you want to get really into the mythology of it, I feel
Well,
like...
that's what I mean. There's a whole mythology that we don't even
you don't
begin
even
to
know,
excavate.
yeah. I feel like the Addams Family probably does know about it. And I
Yeah,
feel like if
sure.
you look
And-
into
Well,
it...
you get the sense that you are glimpsing the surface of a vast world.
Right.
That we don't need to understand every in and out
Oh,
of.
we're just seeing... We're basically the girl, right? We're the girl trying to get cleared.
Right.
And we're learning
Yes.
everything that she learns as she learns it. And we're having to believe just as she's having to believe that this is all real. And,
And in a lot of ways, it is a
blocking
movie.
his moneymaker.
It's a movie about faith. I'm going to put my faith in something.
it's about faith for sure. And she had the story about her when she was taking her cancer rehab, and her friend that she was next to in the cancer rehab prayed for her every day.
Yeah.
And she's like, I lived, but I never prayed
I
for
thought
her.
that was
Yeah.
really a powerful.
That's kind of the point of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not whether or not it's real, it's whether or not you believe in it.
This is a movie. Yeah, it's about life and death. It's about just why do I get to live and someone else doesn't? It's a drama. It's very contemplative, but they bring in all these genre elements that just heighten it a little. Get it on Shudder. That's why we're talking about it right
Creeps
now.
us out a bit.
It has some really good horror imagery, but I don't even know if you could call this necessarily a horror film.
Oh my God. What? Not a horror film. It's about a necromancer witch who's fucking dry humping skulls and
Well, but it's kind of
snakes.
a coming of age tale about a girl realizing her full potential.
Well, it definitely has horror elements. I'm not saying it doesn't belong in the
a horror
genre.
film.
It's a horror film.
Sure, it is, but
okay. So,
but it shows
I'll use
how,
your own words against you. You told me once there's something you didn't appreciate until you got sick.
Right.
Was watching that first bit of The Exorcist.
Right.
And how scary that is about a kid who gets sick, a parent.
Horrifying.
Where the answers, why can medicine not give me answers?
Right. Yeah.
That's what this is.
I agree.
It's the most terrifying thing.
Look, okay. So I'm not trying to make the point that this isn't a horror film. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it is. It does more than the genre expects it to do.
The best stuff in the film is the familial drama, for sure. The horror takes a backseat to just the classic. Dad is trying to be with his daughter. He's fucking powerless. So you get that kind of juxtaposition of his powerlessness against an actual fucking necromancer, and the powerlessness to fucking help his daughter.
Well, and he's just totally out of his depth, dude. He's making jokes the entire time. I feel like that's a good, like they added him into the story to show that, you know, the sickness and the illness and death in general doesn't just affect the person.
That's right.
And it's oftentimes, you know, more heavy on the family.
Yeah.
Survivors.
And like him realizing that when she's talking to him and she's like, you need healed too. And he's like, what do I need healed from? And she explains
anger,
and it
fear,
just like hits him. And that's when he kind of accepts
Well, how about that when he go at the end and the daughter's losing it on him because he's doing his like, we got to get the fuck out of here, blah, blah. And she's chosen to commit herself to this on the hopes it can save her. Which, spoiler alert, it fucking does. She's right.
Right.
And the dad is like, this is bullshit. We got to get out of here. We're a team. She's like, we're not a fucking team.
Yeah.
My body is destroyed with cancer.
Right.
You're not.
Right.
But
I
we're
went
fighting
through
two different
chemo.
battles.
You
Yeah.
fucking didn't. Yeah. At best, you're a cheerleader adjacent to my team. You're not going through what I am, and you have to let me do this.
Well, and I think when she was saying that, the point was like she really can't help him, and he can't really help her.
Yes.
That's the thing. Yeah. Like no one is right in that argument. Like they are both suffering through this.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, a father is going to be wanting to do everything he can think, and that's the thing. He's doing this because he's so guilt-ridden that all of the Western medicine did not work.
And they lost the mom already. Yeah. That came up in the story. So he's already been through this. This is the last thing he has in the world.
And he's kind of just, you know, going along with her. He doesn't believe in any of it.
No.
And he says that at the end.
Also,
he's like, I was just trying to placate you.
Don't be such a fucking piece of shit, Dad, that you say you'll go and then just talk shit the whole time.
The whole time.
If you're going to fucking go, and the point of this is we're a fucking team, shut the fuck up and get high on the tea and fucking go on the nature walk and shut the fuck up.
Although
that's the only problem I had with the dad. Shut the fuck up.
If I'm puking blood from the tea,
that's true.
That might not be the best.
That's a little fucked up, but this isn't about you.
Also, if I don't have running water for 3 days and I'm not being fed and I don't have a place to shit other than, you know,
did he bring granolas or anything?
Wait, can we talk about the tea a little bit? Remember when he was tripping and he looked out the window and he saw a corpse?
Okay.
What was that?
All right.
That was her.
That was her.
No, well, I think it had a beard.
Dead body?
I think it had a beard.
No, that was
I think it was a skeleton.
It was her?
I thought it was her too, but then I also thought it had a beard, which to me hinted at this could have been his future.
I think it had to have been her, right? He was looking in the hole that she was
I think it was
in.
her.
Okay.
So
it was
that
like a foreshadowing.
did kind of throw me a little bit because I'm like,
what is that?
All right.
I thought it was him looking at his own mortality.
Oh.
That this was the first time he was grappling with his part in the dance with death.
Really?
That's how I thought. I'm pretty sure it had a beard.
Oh.
I don't know.
Which would mean it was him.
We went back to that shot several times. I thought that was her.
No, later we saw her a couple times, right? At the very end, we saw when she sleeps at night because he's like, where does she sleep? What does she do?
Yeah.
She doesn't. She went and was like wrapped in the roots and was talking as like a zombified person.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure what he saw was a bearded, old, long-haired corpse.
Well, the thing is, he was high on the tea, so he probably didn't know what the hell he was looking at.
And she did say it's going to open your third eye, so maybe that's him realizing he's mortal. Maybe.
I will say, the fact that he doesn't address that at all when they come back.
When she comes back and he's like, no, I'm not doing okay.
No.
And that's all he says.
I feel terrible.
Now's the chance.
Yeah.
Get it out now. If you stay, that's on you. Shut the fuck up.
You might want to contact the FBI if you see a corpse.
This is not a nice thing to say.
He waited,
I
he
had
waited
friends,
2 days to leave.
Yeah,
too.
I had friends that used to put shit in my drinks. If you keep partying with them, that's a you problem. You get that once, that's a shame on me. Can't fool me a second time. Can't fool me a second time, right?
Yeah.
He is making a critical mistake because he loves his daughter and he wants to be there. Also, shut the fuck up.
That is annoying because why did he like fuck off when she was like, just leave? And he's like, I will just leave.
Yeah, I'd be like, you couldn't, dude, if my kid was dying and I thought this lady was murdering him,
Yeah.
you could not fucking get me out of there with all the National Guard army in the world.
Right.
But that's what I mean. I think it's a very human thing. I don't look at that as like a plot hole or convenience because they got to go learn the backstory of the witch.
Yeah.
I think from someone who's been through stuff like this, there is just a moment of helplessness. And there's a small moment. It's one of the hardest things I had to grapple with after my brother is there's a small moment, as awful as it is, where you just go, at least that's over. And now I don't have to deal with the problems and the constant dread and whatever. There's like a small relief in it.
Yeah.
It's fucking, and you as the person who's alive still feel fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I thought, I was like, at least I won't get another call. Like, I can't get insulin, this and that. Like, well, like there's a relief in it and you feel so fucking bad. It makes you feel like you're betraying them and their memory and all this, but it's natural. And a small part of him probably said, I would love to get the fuck out of here for just one night. Yeah. And so it's human. It's not like just a story contrivance. To me, it felt like a very real
That's fair.
decision.
The thing that people say when someone dies, right? A general thing you always hear everyone saying is, at least they're not in pain anymore, right?
Yeah.
And I think what that really means is at least we're not in pain.
We
anymore.
don't know.
We
We don't have to look at their pain
anymore.
and feel bad. Yeah.
And that's a thing with everyone that's
It's horrible.
sick. Yeah.
And you feel so fucking bad for it, but it's just a reality, right?
Yeah. He did pull that off. I got that a little bit from the father.
Yeah, and I
was just
thought
kinda
that
wanting
was
it to be
like
over.
a kind of subtly beautiful moment that I related to. Because I know I talked to tons of people who have lost people close, siblings, whatever. And there is a real guilt to that. Like, why me? Why not? You know, why them? Why here? You're still here. And like when you lose someone, the first day after they're gone that you go out and have fun is a terrible day. You go out with your kids, you have fun, you're shooting hoops, whatever, and you're just like, where the fuck am I having fun? I can never have fun again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I saw a lot of that guilt, that
The guilt.
pre-survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this dad's like, I'm going to lose my daughter. I lost my kid, whatever. The sad fucking reality of it. And the movie really gets to that. Just this kind of old in the dirt magic is death is coming for everyone. We're all going back to the dirt. You're here for this much fucking time.
Well,
And it's human nature to try to enjoy what time we have.
and I think that's the crossroads he's at because he doesn't believe in this. He thinks it's all a fallacy, but all the other options are exhausted. And what's he going to do? His daughter is adamant that this is the path she wants to take. Am I not going to spend maybe the last remaining days with my daughter?
Yeah.
You know,
I
he
would
has
do
to.
any hippie bullshit on planet Earth to spend those last days with anyone, right?
Yeah.
I'd do any hippie bullshit. And I would never eat the food they show. That's another thing that Adam's family love is to show horrifying wood meals.
Yeah.
Like in Hellbender, there's one scene where she serves her daughter a pine cone and she's like, the forest gives today.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is insane.
They even had the line where she's like, "We'll get your lunch in the forest."
Yeah, that's
she'll,
crazy.
She'll eat in the forest.
But for my son, who is not going to be with me for long, I would eat all the pine cones.
Yeah.
Right.
And again, that's what the Addams family lock onto. And maybe that's the familial dynamic of the storytelling and filmmaking is like, this is very real for them. This is very personal. When you're filming that, that's your daughter who's playing the cancer survivor, right? That's that actress's real fucking dad having to think about
Yes,
that.
I think that's the thing that comes through with this filmmaking crew more than anything. It's like the intention. Yeah. They are telling stories that mean something.
Yes.
You can tell that it's like, yeah, this is our real daughter. And if we were in this situation, holy shit, this is how we would behave.
And that translates across the board.
Right. And it's not like, I mean, I don't know about the butthole movie that they did, but it's like
We all have fears of our
this isn't
buttholes.
for our career. This is we are artists, and we are saying something that is real and meaningful.
And that's the crazy thing, because there's so many of us, and we're very guilty of this with Mr. Cream Jeans Hidey Hole. We're so afraid of not being seen that you start extrapolating, making it a little more cartoony and weird and gross out, whatever, so that someone will see you and not fucking forget you. And then you can use your real voice. They broke through telling real fucking family tale. Yeah. Both of these movies that I love are family tales.
I don't give a fuck with this family. They're just like, we're just going to make the movie that we want to make.
Yeah. And you see that in Hellbender, dude. Just the music, right? When in the one scene, she's like, hey, I think this should be longer. And the daughter goes, no, Fast and Punchy's our style. That's the music we make.
Nice.
And it's not the music that everyone listens to. And it's like, I think that's the Addams Family mantra.
That's their thing.
What do we fucking do? Right. And they have nailed this folk horror niche.
Big, bold, beautiful family.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think this movie's a little longer, so it's a little looser to me at times, narratively. But again, I think it's treading the same ground. I think Hellbender had this like kind of punk rock vibe throughout that made it a little punchier. But this one, I love the fact that they're doing a similar vibe, but they're really expanding it out. These are big fucking moments and questions they're grappling with. And it comes through. It's weird because it feels so much like a sequel, but you see the growth in the storytelling. You really, really see growth in this movie.
Yeah, and the filmmaking as well, I think.
Yeah. Nothing?
Yeah.
Sam, what did you hate about this? Did you want to throw rocks on women for having opinions, or?
So I'm totally on the other foot. On the townsfolk did nothing that wrong.
Okay,
I feel like it's okay to
make sure that the internet can see his face so they could fucking.
I'm sorry, Addams Family, but
swat him.
Like, I feel like nobody. That's the point of the movie. Nobody in this movie was in the wrong. I don't feel like
100%. The town folk were in the wrong.
I feel like we're about to get the defense of like, well, they were here illegally.
Did she have her papers?
Yeah. Did they show their papers?
I don't know. You're just taking someone's kids. Kind of weird, lady. Just chill out.
It's not their kid. It's the Black Soils kid.
Jesus.
It's the Black Soils kid.
Well, don't take the Black Soils kid. It's not your kid.
Let me ask you guys this. Was there ever a point where you felt like the witch was malevolent? Where she was actually evil?
The whole movie.
Up until the very end, yeah.
I thought the whole movie. So here, okay, I'll give you maybe this is my screenwriter brain. I thought I was way ahead of this movie. My fear is that, and it didn't make sense because of the fucking timing of it, right? And the old-timey costumes of the characters. I kept being like, why are they showing us this fucking kid? This dead kid. They showed that dead kid prop like 10 times.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fucking insane. It's so graphic. It's such a violent, disgusting image. Why are they showing us this that much? Why does this girl not have a mom in the story? This and that.
Yeah.
I thought what they were going for was that this kid was going to be the baby in the bucket.
Yeah.
That the kid who had cancer was in the baby in the bucket because the mom had forsaken whatever.
Yeah, but it was such a like a long, you could tell, unless they were Amish.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they're wood people. It could have been whatever. I thought that was the twist they were setting us up for.
Yeah.
Because I was like, these feel so disconnected. Why do we keep going back to this missing baby? And I was so pleasantly surprised that wasn't it at all. They were literally just telling us this witch just wanted someone, and she wanted someone without the interference of a man and society and the patriarchy. She just wanted something to love.
And there's that
this woman whose entire magic is dealing with death.
And there's that great line at the end, something to the effect of like, why did you help me? And it was like, I've been screaming for however long.
You heard me. You were the first
one
who heard me in the
right.
Day. And then even at the end, right, when she gets the cancer out and she fucking rolls it like a fucking creepy crawler oven, and it turns into a baby, and then it grows. And she's just like, you gave me, but can't even finish the sentence. She's so moved by the fact that she doesn't have to lay in the ground alone. She's not going to get a play with this kid.
Little cancer baby.
Yeah, she's not. Jesus Christ, dude. She's not going to Chuck E. Cheese with the C word baby, as Sam said. That's fucking crazy.
No, she immediately died. Like, getting at the end, she dies.
A wrong has been righted, which is, again, the movie telling you the fucking goddamn town folk were the evil ones. right? This witch just wanted to not be alone. Her whole fucking life in magic was about dealing with death, cheating death.
Right.
But at what cost?
All I'm saying is,
about
dude,
being alone.
Wait till 3 a.m. when everyone's gone, and then bring the baby.
When does that matter? It doesn't matter when you pick up the
Bring it back to life later, you know?
Well, it's
maybe a couple times
it's
over.
the tragedy of everything, right? It's all about point of view and perspective.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think. I mean, yeah, maybe the townspeople are bad, but I don't think they were going for that. I think they were going for.
I think they were 100% going for that. The scene when we see them start whipping her ass with an axe,
and they're laughing.
They put on lime to intentionally try to detract from her powers, and the kids are fucking laughing as they're throwing stones on her still alive body as she watches them take the baby that you say they should care about and throw it right in the fucking fire.
But
yeah,
they didn't care about that baby at all.
I have an argument. I have a rebuttal. Sir.
I'm sure you.
I have a rebuttal, and the rebuttal is she stated in the beginning that even dead things are beautiful. So maybe the kids laughing as they kill her is actually good.
She's not dead. She's alive. They
but
killed
her. They're killing her. They're helping
her
burn
alive the baby. They murder her for a baby they threw in the fucking fire.
If you're a necromancer, but you're not cool with your death, that's kind of pussy. It's kind of pussy.
First off,
that's kind of pussy.
You're only cool with other people dying?
You're talking like you're going to meet her on the playground at 3 p.m. and beat her ass. She didn't die. She's alive under there. She kept screaming under the rocks.
She barely held on.
All those motherfuckers are dead.
And then she started talking to cancers. That's the story. I gotcha.
Contrarian Sam just at it again.
I can't believe this. This is the most ridiculous debate we've had on the show.
I like the movie.
I know you like that movie. You should have liked the fucking townsfolk.
I love the townsfolk. You didn't love the townsfolk.
You shouldn't like the
townsfolk. I felt for the townsfolk. I would have done the same thing. I would have threw rocks on her. I wouldn't have laughed. I feel like that was kind of fucked up. I would definitely throw rocks on her.
No,
get that witch out of here.
What? That's crazy. No, Sam. God damn it! I had all these thoughts, and now they're just blown out of my mind.
From the townsperson's perspective, I don't know if she can cure cancer 100 years from now. I don't know if she's a good guy. I just know that she brought a baby back to death.
Hey, did you get your fucking daughter back? Who could have more kids?
I'm just a townsfolk. That's not my daughter. That's someone else's daughter that this witch is absconded with.
So why you getting in their fucking business, dude?
There's a natural order.
I think my question is, how did they even know what she was up to?
That's what I was wondering.
Well, first off, this was the witch's mistake. Don't throw those fucking rocks everywhere. Put them back. Put the fucking rocks back so they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't have X-ray technology like their Dr. Grant at
just
the start
be a
of
little
Jurassic
more
Park.
secretive.
Yeah, she literally is taking rocks. She's like, fuck this rock, fuck this rock. Stop throwing the rocks. Put them back in the pyramid or whatever.
Agreed.
Make a little witch's tit.
It was a cool story about a witch that is, it to your point, it felt like it had a deep lore that we never fully had access to, but you could still feel like it was there, it was tangible.
That's what we were getting at before Sam derailed us with his fucking Gestapo tactics. So, to your point, did I ever think the witch was malevolent? Yes, that is the Addams family in the movie weaponizing the entire history of witch cinema against us.
Right.
In the entire history of witches, right, in cinema, how many of them were good? And then even Glinda, the literal good witch, they made 2 movies telling me she's a piece of shit too.
Yeah, she's a mean girl.
Yeah, she's a piece of shit too.
But the other one's good, right?
Maybe she's good now. So we have 1 fucking good witch in all of history. Maybe the girls from The Craft, they go bad. Right? There's not a lot of good witches. Maybe the witches that suck off Jack Nicholson and Witches of Eastwick, they seem okay.
Jeez, Michelle Pfeiffer and Susan Sarandon and
Cher. Dude, if you don't pick Cher out of that list, you're crazy.
I'd share.
But Sam would share. Oh, you're okay with sharing that, but not your fucking C baby?
I'm cool with sharing my C baby, as long as they ask first. I don't like the presumptions.
That's insane. But that's what I mean. They weaponize the witch against us. When you see a woman going out and crawling through caves and fucking turning over a rock and eating a snake.
Right.
Right? When you see her cutting a woman open with a fucking pointy stick.
Well,
when you see the way she treats the dad, like you have to go to this fucking barren bed. As a male viewer,
it's a great construct.
I was intentionally being led to, I'm in danger. This is not good. Right?
And also the whole sequence where she's flying, chasing the girl through the woods as she's trying to escape. And they even give her the demon face.
Yeah.
So
Well, they give her
because she is a
actual
rotten
face.
corpse at her core.
yeah. So that is, I mean, I don't know. It might be easy, but it works. It's just like, is she good? Is she bad? You know, what can we expect? We don't know. And it keeps you leaning in, asking questions about the intentions of these characters. It's a character-based story, which is what all good independent stories should be. Yeah. It's not about spectacle. Like, genre it can be that small. And oftentimes it's most effective that way.
Yes.
And
this one for sure.
This is what the studios miss more often than not, is that it has to be about scale. It has to be about, you know, all of this other crap that, I don't know, it can be good. I'm not saying those movies are bad.
Classic example. Why would you pay money to make Night Swim instead of this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Night Swim
and to be fair,
with stars. It's a vehicle.
This movie did not feel small to me. It felt very. It felt very big.
I think it feels small.
It felt. I think the first half felt small. Them driving up to the place felt small, and as soon as they got to the cabin, the world opened up.
Well, we make movies now, right? Like the one thing that felt big.
Well, hold on. We've made a movie.
Well, we've also made a bunch of award-winning short films. Okay. And in my brain, I made a bunch of P-word movies. So that's cool. But no, like that location, that house with the tree beds and shit, that was exceptional.
Yeah.
There's nothing in this movie that we couldn't find right now within a 3-hour drive of us, except for that house.
In fact, I was even thinking about the location we had when we did the snail trail segment. A lot of that little like drive up to the house looked exactly like where we were filming. Yeah,
exactly. And that's the thing. When you make a movie, these guys are fucking sticklers. Sam's being a C baby, but a different C word. You start to see like what costs money and what doesn't. What in this movie, other than actors, could we not have paid for out of our own pocket?
Yeah. Honestly, it's just the
house.
Well, the house. Honestly, the exteriors of the house, I think, were matte paintings or AI or something. Like you never actually.
I think a lot of that was just drones and shit.
No.
The aerial woods.
It looked very fairy tale.
that did not exist. Like that was a matte painting. Yeah. No, they never interacted. You never actually saw them.
You never
enter
saw
the
house,
house,
right?
Yeah. Now I don't know how they did the interior. That was impressive.
Yeah,
but
no, that's what I meant, because we see later where they go to the witch's tit and the house is gone. The interiors of the house were fucking rad. Yeah. That was super cool.
Right.
And you could dress a room like that, but that's really fucking good.
It might have just
cost
been,
money.
I don't know. It might have just been set extensions. Yeah. I would love to know what the budget of this movie was.
Well, yeah, you build 3 rooms with flats, you can do that. That still costs money to make it look rustic like that. Yeah. You have to get like rustic ass planks and whatever. That costs money.
And honestly, if you did have a bigger budget, like what would you put the money into? I feel like this movie did what it wanted to do.
To me, okay, so Sam, that right there, that's the greatest praise a movie
like
this
would you ever
get.
put
Where else would you drop the money?
Yeah, what needs more other than the drive up? I feel like they could have souped up a little bit.
Would this movie have been better with Jennifer Lawrence in it?
Yeah,
probably.
And that's the brilliance of this group, especially after how many movies they've done. They have figured out the formula. It's like, all right, we can make a movie that's meaningful, that says something, that's a genre, that can be a Shudder original, and it's not like, oh well, if they had only had these resources, it could have been this. It's like, no, they knew how to design it.
Yep.
They were like, we know what we can do, and this is the story that we get to tell within this framework. And so many movies miss that. They always try to overshoot for what their actual capabilities are, and they miss the plot.
Yes.
And these guys are experts at this now.
Yeah, I feel like they don't have any. Like a lot of filmmakers would be like, "I have an excuse. Like I couldn't do this. I really wanted to do this." I feel like the Addams Family did it.
I will never forget. Amy and I went to the ArcLight to see one of the first showings of Lords of Salem, the Rob Zombie movie.
Yeah, I was with you.
Yeah, and we went and saw it. And Rob Zombie and his wife came out for a Q&A. And all Rob Zombie did was shit all over the movie.
On his own movie.
And he bitched about it. He's like, oh, they didn't give me these days. I didn't have enough money. All he did was talk fucking shit.
And then we had to watch the movie after that.
I was like, bitch, you had more resources to make that movie.
Right.
Than almost, and that maybe this is like the salty, like, indie filmmaker thing that we all deal with. Like, the budget of that movie, none of us have ever gotten to work with. And all he did was talk shit. Yeah. Instead of talking about, hey, look what we did with what we had, which I actually thought was pretty fucking cool.
Right.
And it soured me on Rob Zombie in that movie.
He took
forever.
away from his own movie by talking like that.
Because now I was just like, well, fuck him. Yeah. If he doesn't even like this movie, why am I going to tell people I like this movie?
Look, I get it. If you have to compromise, it's like I expected it to be for, you know, this range, and then I had the rug pulled on me and I had to do it for this. You know, that's a tough position to be in. But that's not the Addams family. Yeah. Like, they go in, they're uncompromising. They know what they do well and what they're capable of doing, and they don't write beyond that. They focus on the things they can control.
They've got the actors for it. They got the locations. Obviously, they have some kind of woodland lair. They know. And it's to paraphrase Orson Welles, restraints are the fucking breeding ground for creativity.
Absolutely. Everything. That is creativity. Like, what can I do with what I have?
But also, to be fair, they are extremely talented. Like,
of course,
I feel like they got to a point where they're like, well, we can actually just do all this ourselves. We don't need to hire other people to come in and help us. Like, he learned. I don't know how they went about it, but they learned every facet of filmmaking.
I know, but this is a lesson. Like, it didn't happen overnight.
Yeah,
they've done this over the course of several projects.
Again, I know we keep talking about chain reactions on Shudder, just the greatest fucking thing ever. But they talked about that, how Toby Hooper was an opportunist.
Yeah.
Maybe I can't do this, and I can't do this, and I can't do this, but I can get that shot, and I can get that shot. And that fucking mindset of what makes it work, they somehow have cracked that fucking code. And these movies don't suffer for lack of budget, for lack of name talent actors. They're just these beautiful little fucking pieces that are rock solid, have great stories. And this one, I think it has that extra kind of poetic lore going on the whole time, which to me is the part of the film I kind of don't give a shit about. Like, all the fucking, there's so much like
I liked how they used
Express
it,
fortune cookies.
I liked how they used it because they used.
I know, but there's no like cohesiveness to it. It's just like saying all this wild shit that I don't remember enough.
But
I
think it all kind of it matters to her, like in the necromancy.
Absolutely, and probably if I watch it 2 or 3 times, it'll start.
That might be the replayability.
More. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But again, it's like I don't care that the world. It's the thing, for all the constraints, it never feels like the movie is slowed down or hamstrung for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the greatest fucking feat of the movie.
I was thinking about chain reactions when I was watching this, because they talk about how, you know, you have this kind of unrestrained, psychotic filmmaking style, but then you'll have the Hollywood shot, like from the swingings,
that swing in Texas Chainsaw,
that dolly shot. It's like, that's a classic, great, like, put it up there with some of the best tracking shots you'll ever see in Hollywood. And it's like, we had those in this movie as well. Mother of Flies.
Yeah, exactly. It would cut from like some amateur college student stuff to like this beautiful framed. Like, the one that I specifically liked was when the dad, I think he was like standing at the top of the stairs and everything around him was white. And all you could see was like the staircase. And I'm just like, how the fuck did you even come up with that?
I think that's so important, because what that signals to the audience is, it's like, okay, yeah, maybe you were thinking we were amateur and we didn't know what we were doing. We're telling you we do know what we're doing. Trust us.
But to me, it's even more than that, right? And it's like, I think it's one of the biggest indie filmmaker mistakes, right? Is, what camera am I shooting on? What's going to get the best shot? What's going to look the fucking cool? And they're trying to make every shot like a painting.
Every shot.
Every single shot has to be a painting. And what you forget is just have a good story, put the camera on the actor, and let them fucking act.
You got to get to the painting. Yeah, get to the painting.
That becomes a painting because of, dude, it's that Einstein experiment, right? Same fucking face, different thing between it. And
Eisenstein. Yeah.
And it changes everything. Sometimes just fucking do the job of storytelling. And don't fucking try to overcraft everything. And I'm not accusing the Addams families of fucking negligence and not doing extra work. I'm saying they get what it is, though. Put the camera on Toby Posner and let her be her fucking character in whatever setting, and it fucking works.
It does.
Yeah, they know where to put their effort.
Yes.
And if we're just doing it, there are only so many angles you can get in a car. So we're just going to do the simple thing and make it easy for the actors.
Because we need a fucking whip pan on every single person passing around bowls at breakfast. No. Put the camera on Toby Posner.
You don't, but there are scenes, like, for instance, when they're in the diner, or they're like, or wait, what was it? Oh yeah, there's a scene where her and her dad are in the diner and they're cutting back and forth across the table. And then they finally cut to the wide shot. I'm like, why weren't you using the wide shot to start?
But again, by the end of the movie, you wouldn't have given a shit about that if we weren't doing a podcast.
No, that's true. Yeah, exactly.
Our job as podcasters to break into all this shit at deeper levels.
But there are little things like that where it just reminds you, like, if
people are so allergic to base coverage, and it's like sometimes base coverage with inserts to bail you out in the edit, that's all you fucking need.
Yeah.
And just let actors fucking act. Mm-hmm. And the Addams Family have found this perfect formula of what do we need to convey this story as good as we can. And there's a fucking big ass brass balls filmmaking aspect to that. Where, again, you could argue that the Addams Family themselves are not the best fucking performers of all time.
Right.
Right? You could upgrade that. You could upgrade this. But at what point do you start upgrading them to name talent? Jennifer Lawrence, right? Thomas Hayden Church, whoever. And it's not them anymore.
Yeah.
Also, at what point do you lose
not only that,
the Addams Family?
You could not tell this story that way. It would be studio noted to death.
Yeah.
That's the other value. Because as soon as you get those talents, your budget goes up a ton. And then you got to fucking talk to the money people.
Yeah. Right.
Then it's got to have X amount of theaters. It's got to have this. And again, let's say we replace the main girl with Jennifer Lawrence. Is Jennifer Lawrence 5,000 times a better actress? Absolutely. Does that really make this movie how much better?
10%? Better. Yeah, slightly
5%?
Better.
No, I think the authenticity of we don't know that she's even an actress. I think it adds to the effect.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. Is like there are times when you think in movies you need the best camera, the best this, the best that, bigger crew, all this. What it always will boil down to in cinema, every single time, is the fucking story you're telling. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the commitment of the people telling that story. That will always be the number one thing. Now, can this movie ever rival a $50 million budget movie in looks and technical whatever? No.
No, but in story,
this is as effective a story as I have seen in years, right?
Yeah.
Everything in cinema, all the bullshit you want to put, I need SAG actors, I need this, I need a red camera, whatever. What is the story you're telling me? And how committed are the people behind the camera and in front of it to telling that exact story? It is the great leveler of art.
Mm-hmm. I agree with
Heath.
If you put Jennifer Lawrence in this movie, the movie becomes something totally different. You start getting way more critical.
Right, because then you're watching Jennifer Lawrence, not
you're watching Jennifer
this
Lawrence.
fucking teenage girl.
Okay, not to get on a high horse, but I do think this is where independent film actually has a purpose. Because it does the thing that the studios cannot do, would never do. Oh. And what so many, I think, independent filmmakers miss is they're chasing the studios. They're trying to make their own version of the studio thing. You're not going to get there.
Never.
Take a lesson from the Addams Family and do it the way that they can't do it.
Yes.
And that's what so many miss. They want to be studio level at a place where it's just not possible, and it's not even part of the value of what you're providing.
Yeah. It's like going to the local YMCA and you're like, I'm the tallest guy on the floor. I'm going to play like Shaq. You aren't fucking Shaq. Yeah. You'll never be fucking
Shaq. This is a totally different
game. What's the best version of you on this court, right? Like, that's just a thing you can never achieve. So many indie filmmakers we have fucking watched their movies and partied with and this and that. They all talk about, like, chasing that studio thing, the big fucking hit, this and that. Brother, you are chasing a thing that does not exist. It's like the heroin addict, I'm chasing the dragon. That is not in this world. What you can do is prove that you are a fucking voice that is worth listening to. Yeah. That your movies, no matter how nonsensical, small, whatever, there's something in there that's worth listening to. That rather than go watch The Night Swim, someone will be enhanced by watching your movie, no matter how absurd, because there's a voice, there is an art in that. And the Addams Family, to me, are maybe the best example going of this right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, they're great. No, I remember when F1 came out. I went to F1. I liked F1. It's great for what it is. Hey, it just got nominated for Best Picture.
That's insane.
It is insane.
Someone should go to actual fucking... Where's ICE? We need ICE to hunt down whoever fucking nominated F1 for Best Picture.
Right.
Get them out of here.
But
get ICE out of Minnesota. Send them to LA to arrest whoever let F1 be nominated for Best
man, F1
Picture.
Wasn't bad. I like it.
I'm not saying F1 is bad. F1 is
a lot
classic.
of people worked really hard on that movie.
Sure.
Of course.
That's fine. F1 is classic. nonsensical, nothing to say horseshit.
So
The fact that movie's nominated, and there was at least 15 other awesome movies that are not going to get.
Okay.
And you know what F1 didn't need? Recognition.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fine.
Right.
The Oscars are to fucking promote movies that are not going to get that box office boom. Sorry, I hate F1. Okay. I don't hate F1. I hate that it's nominated for
So, okay, my point
Yeah,
being that it's like, take the lesson, whatever you thought was great about F1, throw that away. That's not your job.
Yeah.
Like, once you become Brad Pitt and Jerry Bruckheimer, make F1 because they are actually more boxed in than independent filmmakers
They
are.
have to do that.
You know what you need to do? Make Sorry Baby. Sorry Baby, which probably should have been Best Picture instead of F1, isn't getting that kind of acclaim, but it doesn't matter because they already won. Because now they get to take the next rung up.
I'd say Train Dreams, but you know.
Well,
Train
Train
Dreams
Dreams
was
was
nominated.
nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
Also,
and that's a
by
good
the way,
example.
if we're just bitching, Jesse Plemons not being nominated for Begonia
Oh, we're just
is the
That's
biggest
just- throw it
fucking
out there.
crime since
Yeah.
Toni Collette
That
not
was
being nominated
insane.
for. Emma Stone got nominated. You know who's
Yeah.
50 times better than her in that movie? Jesse fucking Plemons.
In every movie Jesse Plemons is in.
Yeah, I was livid when that happened. I'm not here to litigate the Oscars.
All right,
I'm here to
anyways.
fucking heap
I
black
think Jesse
soil
Plemons
and
is going
praise.
to keep getting jobs.
I think Jesse Plemons will
Yeah,
be
no worries.
I just want to heap praise on this fucking wonderful movie.
Yeah, this
It's
is a good
so
one.
good.
To me, you text us this before we started. That this is an inspiration to guys like
for
us.
sure.
And I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I see these movies and it reminds me why we're trying to make movies.
It's like a kick in the ass. It's like, why the hell can I can do this, you know? Like,
and it reminds me like why we try to make movies, why movies matter. I didn't see it on a big screen, nothing. I just saw it in my house and it fucking moved me very deeply. And that
on
to me, is
horrible
the greatest
TV,
thing.
if that tells you anything.
Shut the fuck
So
up!
that means it was really good.
Shut the fuck up! All right, so I need ICE to arrest the Oscar people and Sam.
All right. What was the most messed up moment of Mother of Flies?
I got two. I'm gonna.
You can't just take two.
Okay,
off
well, I'm
the
gonna go with my first one then. So so you don't know that the witch is bad, right? The entire movie until the very end, and she starts. So she gets the cancer, turns into a baby. She starts digging into her belly. All right, opposite of that. She starts digging and gets the cancer, turns into a baby. But for that entire time, I thought she was dead. And
I thought that too. I thought the
gets
dad pulled up and saw his
No.
daughter dead.
And I was thinking, man, the dad's right. Why didn't she just listen to the dad? And then she gets up and starts wiping the blood off. And so the messed up part is her just digging in her stomach. That got me.
Right. The idea of a dad rolling up, a dad who did objectively abandon his daughter.
Well, and just in the split of time to not
Yeah,
save her.
and he's like, "Fuck, I messed up." The fucking lady with the haircut at the motel told me to go back.
Yeah.
In that short of time, his daughter died. I was like, "My God, this guy's life is ruined
Well,
forever."
the editing for that was kind of weird too, because did the daughter notice that something was off and she just started running? Like, why was she running?
I think it was one of those physical responses to something's wrong.
Something's
I have a
wrong.
problem, and you'll never escape it.
Yeah.
The witch is tracking her.
So that's what
you can't
tricked
escape
me.
death.
Because I thought for sure the witch was evil, because why is she running away from her? Now, something must have happened that we didn't see.
the girl's running away from the bullshit of fucking cancer and death, and her dad being a prick.
Yeah.
She's just running to run.
And she didn't know. She didn't know if it was going to work.
Yeah,
You know.
dude, I just watched the John Elway documentary. Fucking great, by the way, on Netflix. And he said he got the call that his dad died. And he's like, all I could think to do was just go on a run. And he's like, I just ran 6-8 miles trying to process what the fuck I just heard.
Yeah.
So that's what she
And he
was
just
doing.
fucking ran. And I think sometimes in life, that's all you do. You're just like, if I go far enough or do something, I'll wake up and this won't be real.
Yeah.
And that was her and her dad's moment. Like, this is very fucking real.
That was
idea is
Forrest
messed
Gump,
up.
man.
It was very fucking
Forrest
scary.
Gump, yeah.
Yeah. Forrest Gump. Heath, what was the most messed up moment
Okay.
in Mother of Flies?
By far, just tossing, I don't care if it was stillborn or not, the baby right in the bucket.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the absolute, this is trash
That
now.
looks so good too.
Oh, man.
Man,
I was like,
Yeah.
ah.
I know this is going to make it to where no one will see this on YouTube and TikTok. That fucking dead baby jiggling around is just the grossest. That's just something. I know I'm very anti-killing dogs. Kill every dog. Don't ever show me a jiggle baby again. That was horrible. That was so gross.
But dude, Toby poster, she's such a good, like, you believe she found beauty in this, like, dead baby. Like, she was holding it and staring at it and like almost.
That's even worse, dude.
Dude, she's good.
I'm not with the town folk in this movie, but
I am.
Jesus Christ. If you just watch that lady like jiggling
Like,
that
she's
thing
creepy as
around.
hell, dude.
Yeah, it's like a gelatin mold. And she's holding it like this, and the
And then
grandma,
she's
the
like
grandma's just
offended.
like, Jesus H,
Yeah.
let's put this in the book. You're like, I kind of get it. Also rude.
It's
Well-
just that one shot of it just
The clump.
just
The
plopping
fact
right
that she
into the
didn't set
bucket.
it in there, she just dropped it. That
Yeah.
made it even worse. Right?
Yeah, it was like
She didn't even set
this
it.
is trash.
And again,
it's just garbage.
this is why Sam is fucking wrong. The town people are wrong. Because what happens? They love that baby so much,
I'm
they
just
threw it
saying,
in a bucket.
It's a gray. It's
When the witch came and got it, and it's like, I'll give you a good life. Very much like Rapunzel or whoever.
it's muddy waters.
Whatever.
Because
The town folk throw rocks at her and put the baby in a fire. They're wrong.
she stabbed
These
a,
town folk never gave a fuck about that jiggle baby.
she stabbed a
Or
needle
that
into
sea
the
baby, not
baby.
once.
Okay.
Not once. If I had to pick the most messed up moment in Mother of Flies, there's a lot that are very hard in this. God damn it. You guys picked the easy ones. Let me think. If I had to pick the most messed up moment in Mother of Flies, I think I would have to go with the lady puking a snake into her.
yeah.
This is still in the midst of we don't know what's right or wrong. We just know that she finds a snake.
Mm-hmm.
She unearths it from a rock. She steals the snake mom's egg, right? And you're like, I thought this was a mother's on mother story. She cracks the egg on the girl's belly. It melts away. The girl goes home and her dad's puking up his guts from fucking blood tea or whatever. She's all fucked up. She's like, this is wrong. Nothing happens. The next morning, Toby Posner, who we see as a fucking zombie witch, gets a snake in her mouth. And then all of a sudden it's like, you're mine now. She pukes the snake into the girl. And it's supposed to do something. We have no idea what. I don't know how you would shit that out.
See, I thought it was.
I don't know how it gets out of
the
your
snake
digestive tract
was-
to do whatever.
I thought it was like symbolic of the snake eating the cancer, and then she took the snake.
Yes, I'm
back.
sure that's what it is. I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
I don't think that's a good system that works. I saw an old lady puke a snake into another girl, and I was like, she can't poop that out, and it can't get to the cancer because of intestines.
I feel like if you could
And it was
poop
fucking
anything
terrifying.
out, you could poop out a snake. I feel like a snake would be the easiest thing to poop out. It just go out.
Well, what if it fucking catches on with its fangs like Stallone
All right,
and
yeah.
Cliffhanger? That's terrifying. We don't know.
Disgusting. All right.
So that's it. Mother of Flies was a fantastic fucking movie. It's on Shudder now. You should go watch it. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Go to the Messed Up Movies Podcast Patreon page. Go to Indiegogo and type in Mr. Cream Jeans to help us make our first movie and get that out into the world. Make sure you subscribe to Misfit Parade on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the fun places. We're there, you're there. Let's share our sea babies together.